Hi, it's Sue, and I hope you're staying safe, well, healthy and happy, and if you're working from home, that's working out for you. Now, many of us are working from home, so today I'm going to share a few quick tips about your online screen presence. So communicating at a distance, whether that's via an online tutorial, whether it's a webinar, Zoom, Skype, we need to think about how we can do that with confidence and still convey that authority and presence that we want to convey. So I've got 5 quick tips. So the first one is make an entrance, that overall first impression. So think about the overall image that you want to convey. Is it formal? Is it relaxed? Is it authoritative? Is it colourful? Is it monochromatic? That overall first impression. Which brings me to the second point, which is your style choices. So whether it is relaxed, whether it is more formal, think about the message that you're conveying and how you can appear through the clothes that you choose. And also colours. So dark colours are more authoritative, more formal. Lighter colours a little bit more friendly and a little bit warm and more relaxed. So colours like yellows and blues and lights and light blues are much more relaxed and friendly. And things like frills are a little bit more feminine. Busy patterns can be totally distracting. So think about the style choices that you make as well. Which also brings me to your staging choices, which is part of that. So think about the background of where you're presenting. So whether it's from your home office, whether it's your kitchen, whether it's outside in a park. Think about that overall impression and just be aware of the background. So you don't want a pole sticking out of your head, and you also don't want a messy open cupboard in the background. Now, a plain wall is perfectly fine, and in actual fact that is a really good choice because it's not distracting from the message. So think about the staging as well. Now, the next point is, well, what's your mood? Is it that you do want to reassure your team? Is it that you need to be warm and interactive? Does it mean that you want to be a bit more authoritative? You're actually putting out some serious messages. So think about that mood of your message that you want to convey as well. And prepare. So it's worthwhile writing out what it is that you want to communicate and actually run through it a couple of times, practice it a few times. So you can just have some bullet points there, and when you are communicating and delivering that to your audience, do that directly to the camera like I am now. Don't look down at the other person down there on the screen, or just look away and or even read from an auto cue. So delivering your message straight to the camera is better. So practice it a few times, and it's perfectly okay to keep your notes handy. That's okay to refer to them from time to time and look away like I am now, but you're better off just talking to the camera rather than from an auto cue, for instance. Body language. So media is entertainment. There is a sense of theatre about it. Doesn't mean to say you need to be, over the top, but slightly larger than life and slightly more animated and a little bit more buoyant. Some people just say relax, but you don't want to relax so much that you're slouching and really sitting back in your chair and looking as though you don't care. So just lean slightly forward, talk to the camera. Use natural hand gestures and face gestures. I tend to use my hands a lot, and that's okay. Just they're natural gestures. On the other hand, you don't want to be so stiff and formal and not move your eyes and not move your head at all, because again, that does look a little bit too stiff and relax. So just you, natural gestures. Be aware of big wide gestures that are flinging around. That doesn't work either, or touching your hair, touching your face. Things like that can also be distracting. So think about your body language. And your content. So what is the content of your message? What is it that you want to convey? Again, you need to really think about what is your message, but more importantly, what does your audience want to hear? So WIFT, what's in it for them? Merely they want to know how you are going to solve their problem. So whether that is you reassuring your team, whether that is talking to a client and how you're going to solve their problem in the future, or whether that is actually through an online video tutorial. It's really what's in it for the audience. What problems do they need solving? So try and focus on the main points that you need to get across, and if possible, add in a little story or an example or an anecdote that will reinforce your message as well. So that brings me to my final point, which is to have a close and a call to action. So your call to action could be just call me at any time, just reach out, here's my number, or it could be something like, if you'd like to know more, you can read my blog at suecurrie.com.au/blog. And until next time, keep well and keep shining.